And anytime stuff like this goes on, we ask, Lord, what are you doing in the middle of this? Not asking God, why did you cause this? But God, what are you doing in the middle of this? What's your work in the middle of this? Because God works all things together for good to those who love him and are called according to his purposes. And he will use everything for his kingdom. So God, what are you doing in the middle of this? And I think we're still learning, but I think one thing that God is saying in the middle of this is he's asking us a question. And here's the question he's asking us. Do you trust me? Which leads into a second question of who are you? Now, those two are tied very, very close together, right? So let me go back to that first question. Like, do you trust me? So think about, why is it that we hoard all the time? Why is it that we're like, oh, the stores have meat. I have to get enough meat, as if I'm not gonna be able to go to the store for another 6 years. Like, what's that all about, right? It's because we don't trust. We're like freaking out because our kids aren't in school, or we're freaking out because of the job thing. And it all comes down to trust. Somebody said this once, you'll never know God is all you need until God is all you have. You'll never know God's all you need until God's all you had. So it's real easy for us, right, to say like, oh, I trust you, God, until everything starts backing away in our life. And I felt like the Lord revealing in my heart and the Holy Spirit asking me hard questions and just really saying, Scott, I'm not sure that you fully trust me. I mean, you say that you trust me, but I don't know that you fully trust him. So I'll just ask you, do you really trust him? Do you really trust him? And I feel like in this season that the Lord is just saying to all of us, come on, like, just trust me. Just trust me. It may be bumpy. It may be touch and go. Our faith is going to be stretched, but I think he's saying, trust me. Now, there's a huge tie between trust and identity. Now, I'm going to go just deep for a second, so follow me on this. That what we trust can become our identity. Think about it like this. So let's say I have a career and I'm in sales. I'm a salesman, or I'm in construction. Maybe I'm a contractor, or maybe I'm a waiter or a waitress, or maybe I work in the service industry, wherever it is that I work, okay? So I have a job and I trust in that job. And I actually trust in that title. Oh, well, I'm a vice president, or well, I'm a salesman, or well, I'm this. So I have a title and I'm trusting in that title. I also have a paycheck, and so I'm trusting in that paycheck, right? And so that's fine until I get laid off. And now I don't have a job that I'm trusting in anymore, or a paycheck that I'm trusting in anymore, or a title that I'm trusting in anymore. And so I'm like, I don't know who I am really anymore, because what I was trusting in, I was finding my identity in. Oh man, I heard that you're a salesman. Not anymore, because I'm not in sales, because my company downsized me this in the middle of all of this. And so I'm not really sure who I am. And so when life gets stripped away, and that's what's happening right now to a lot of us, we feel like some of our freedoms are stripped away. We feel like some of our choices are stripped away, all for good, I think. But when it's stripped away, we're asking the question, who are we? But I think we have to drive deep into what is it that we're trusting? What is it we're trusting?